The American Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution can be defined as the era when the production of goods shifted from homes and small shops to power-driven machines and factories and mills. This change began in Great Britain around 1760. Historians do not agree on the exact years of the American Industrial Revolution, but generally experts consider the years to be from about 1790 to 1914. There were a few contributing factors which explain why it took decades for the Industrial Revolution to make its way to America. First and foremost, Great Britain, afraid of losing revenue and profits, passed legislation that prohibited the sharing or exporting of their technology. Additionally, when the information finally arrived in the States, American investors were hesitant to spend money on expensive machinery that required a considerable workforce. At the time, more than 90% of the population, and therefore a high percent of the workforce, lived in rural areas. A migration to cities and urban areas would be necessary to satisfy the employment needs of industrialization. Historians credit Samuel Slater with bringing the Industrial Revolution to the United States. Slater, called the father of the American Industrial Revolution, had worked as an apprentice in a textile mill in England. He memorized the design of the machinery and in 1789 immigrated to America. Slater built a cotton mill in Rhode Island, copying the plan from the British mill where he had worked. Once the technology was in the United States, innovative machinists and inventors continued to improve the design. As the Industrial Revolution spread, there was a tremendous increase in the number of immigrants arriving in the United States. At the same time, farmers and their families began immigrating from rural areas to cities in search of factory work that would provide a steady income. Millions of people were in need of jobs at a time when newly built factories were in need of workers. However, because there were so many people desperate for work, factory owners were able to pay extremely low wages. After all, if one employee quit, there were countless men and women willing to take the job. There were many benefits to the Industrial Revolution, such as significant job growth, increased efficiency in the production of goods, and a decrease in the prices of basic necessities. However, in truth, it was a time of considerable hardships for most members of the working class. Many of those residing in cities found themselves living in crowded and neglected neighborhoods, struggling to pay for food and for their rent, a situation that was simply a sign of the times.